Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto Was the Reincarnation of Rengoku and Akaza, Part 2. So yeah, Part 1 I kinda did it like 8 days ago, or like something like that. Probably even a week ago, but not the point. Also, I did mention I was gonna be doing Isidori What Ifs. I still haven't had an idea for it. I have the What If ideas, but I haven't really went through the timeline or all that. But yeah, I might be uploading them. I don't know. But I have like 4 Itadori what ifs ideas, and I do have the thumbnails. But yeah. So let me just go through this what if, okay? So we go in what's it called, a recap of what happened last time. So Naruto, he is, well, what's it called? He was born, of course, people, well, not people. The Ninetales was still talked about. Not really. Danzo got executed because his dumbass must have been smoking a hidden leaf and all that. And of course, well, no one really believes Naruto to be in the Ninetales because his hair is all messed up with yellow, red, and pink. And also, he doesn't have the whisker marks, so yeah. Of course, Naruto, when he joined the academy, he was actually the strongest kid in the academy. Well, when he was like 8, 9, and 10. Or, nah, when he was 8, 9, 10, and 11. When he was 11, he was in another classroom, and yeah, he fell multiple times. But yeah, of course, this is where what's called Naruto. He's just been what's called actually the strongest in the academy. He kicked people like really easily using just taijutsu. But Naruto has learned how to use flame breathing. He only knows about 3 forms. And a night one that he's barely able to complete at all. But he can use his first form pretty good. Second form also pretty good. Third form not that great. But ninth form he can't even use it. But yeah, of course Naruto also does have Akaza's abilities to kind of use ice and all that. But in the night, he goes demon mode at night because, well, in the morning he would just burn. So yeah. Of course, with that happening, Naruto, he never did use his sword until he was 11 years old and he had to fight against someone named Iwa. Iwa was this person that can actually turn his body into any metal that he had on himself. Like, let's say that he wanted to turn into gold. If he had a piece of gold, he can turn into it. But, of course, he uses copper to fight against Naruto, and Naruto uses his first form, unknowing flames, and easily slashes this man, sending him to the hospital. So yeah, of course Naruto met what's it called 2 girls named Sayana Hayu from the what's it called Hugo. Yeah, I think I said Hugo. Hugo clan of basically an ice clan, and Savannah, who is from what's it called the Kitsube clan or whatever I call it. It mostly is the blood clan, but yeah. Naruto met them too, and of course was walking with him mostly. They were trying to follow Naruto to find out his secrets, but they were hurt also because they fought against each other before. And yeah, and they hurt themselves in each other in the what's it called, little practice in the academy. So yeah, of course they were trying to follow Naruto. Naruto already noticed them pretty easily, and Naruto was actually very helpful. Since he is Rengoku, he is going to be very friendly. Very friendly. He smiles a lot. He's always in time. He's always doing that and all that. So yeah. So of course, this is where Naruto helps him towards his apartment. His apartment is not abandoned. A lot of people still live in there. The landowner just says hi to Naruto. And of course, the 2 girls. This is where Naruto takes him to his, like, what's it called, apartment. Does make food and also does like use some herbs to kind of make some medicine for their wounds to actually heal and all that. And Naruto does have a book on those herbs and all that. Now Naruto does grow his own herbs because yeah. Now of course this is where, well, Naruto is wearing similar things like Rengoku. He's wearing all black, but he's wearing that white coat with a what they call flame, with a flame pattern and also his sword. So of course the sword is Nietzsche's sword. So yeah, or Nietzsche. I don't remember how you say. I think it was something like that. But yeah, it's actually made out of the material and all that. Because Naruto actually managed. Well, I'm not gonna say Naruto made it. I'm gonna say that he went to a blacksmith to kind of ask if they had any metal of Konichi or whatever. The blacksmith says, "Yeah, I found some last week enough and made him a sword." Naruto did pay for it, so yeah, I forgot to mention that. I'm not saying Naruto made it because I don't even know if Rengoku even knows how to make swords like those. But of course, Naruto did kind of tell them that he would take them home another or to their compound. Of course, they were actually attacked by some what's called drunken people. Naruto did went demon form a little bit and did use 2 ice techniques and then really whoop their asses with it. Of course, this is where Naruto. He also just took them to their different compounds and all that. Of course, Naruto had to fight against someone named Awabi again because he managed to get out of the hospital and he wasn't hurt anymore. And against someone named He. He is from the Fire Clan, from not a smaller, but a pretty medium clan and all. Same with like the Ice or Blood Clan, but yeah. He tried to fight against Naruto to tag team with Awabi and him. Were trying to tag team on Naruto until someone named Sabino appear. He appears and he's from actually another clan to fight against He. While Naruto was fighting against Awabi, Naruto uses his 9th form. And he already knew that he was actually going to take damage. Well, he didn't care. He went 9th form. Flame breathing. Rengoku! Rushes at, Awabi and just slashes at him. This is where Awabi goes, Awabi's passed out, knocked out, but Naruto's also passed out and has 2nd-degree burns. So yeah, of course, when he was in the hospital, he was visited by what's called Sayana and Savannah, and also someone named Raven. Of course, Savannah wanted to know why Naruto lied about saying that he didn't know any other forms, and never questioned about his 9th form. And actually was pretty angry when he uses his 9th form. Not because of he lied, because he got hurt by his 9th form. This is where Naruto jumped out of the window and ran towards the house. So that's where we go on. Naruto's at his apartment and he just sighing. He's like, "Hey, I'm back home." This is where Naruto goes to his what's called closet because he didn't have his clothes and all that, because his clothes did burn all that in his coat. He did have his sword because he did saw it right next to him. He did grab it when he jumped out of the window, so yeah. Of course, he went to just change back into having not orangey clothes. He had black clothes. And of course he got his coat being kind of a coat that was, instead of the flames being orange, they were kind of blue. Naruto says, "I should have got another orange one. Fuck. Maybe I'll go to the store." This is where Naruto just takes the coat and all that. And this is where Naruto just see his hair is kind of messy and all that. So of course he just kind of puts it back towards how he likes it and all that. So yeah. Similar to Rengoku and all that. Because yeah, it is kind of long like Rengoku. So of course this is where Naruto saying, "Okay, I am perfectly fine. I should not tell Sayana or Savannah that I have that 9th form. They'd be pissed again. You know what? I should just get to the clothing store and not see them, okay?" This is where, Naruto, he just leaves his apartment. And he did get his wallet and all that. And of course, this is where Naruto, he says, "Okay, so luckily I had a 2nd wallet." So Naruto's going down and all that. He's going slowly, trying to not alert anyone. Of course, an old lady says, "Oh, hello there, Naruto." Naruto says, "Hello there, miss." That's where the old lady noticed Naruto's coat and says, "What happened to your other coat?" Naruto says, "I accidentally burned it on accident when I was training." That's where the old lady says, "Ah, I see. Then it must have been you when that fire appeared and then disappeared. Are you fine, young man?" That's where Naruto says, "I am. Don't worry about that. I had to go to a hospital just because I had some 1st-degree burns. I gotta learn how to control my fire most of the time." The old lady nodded and says, "Well, good luck with that, young man." That's where Naruto says, "Yeah, thank you. What's it called? Mrs. Shield, not Shield. No, not Shield. Because I would just be from what's called the San Valentine. Miss Kaivana? Yeah. So that's her name, Kaivana. That's where Naruto says, thank you, Miss Kaivana. Of course, is where Kaivana says, yes. Good luck with your not fire breathing, your fire training. Naruto nodded. And that's where Naruto, he is going out of the land and all that. The landowner sees Naruto and just waves at him. Naruto waves at him also. The landowner noticed that Naruto had a different coat and all. He even asked him, and then Naruto just said, I'm just going to the store to buy another one. Another of my orangey fire coats. I don't really like blue fire that much. But yeah, since it doesn't really match my hair that much. And this is where, the landowner nodded and says, okay, I'll see you later then. Naruto nodded. The landowner did kind of ask him, wait, can you also buy me like what's it called? This drink and all that? So it's just like, what's it called? Just some juice and all. And Naruto nodded. He says, don't worry, I'll get it. So Naruto's going to, the store. And of course, any store just lets him in because really, they don't really care about Naruto. Well, they don't hate Naruto. So yeah. And then Nine-Tails thing was just bullshit, they feel like. So yeah. But Naruto goes to a Pacific store that actually, kind of lets Naruto request what to call his clothing and all that. And this is where Naruto goes to this clothing store and all that. And this is where the owner, named Hajin. Yeah, that's the thing. This is where Hajin looks up and says, huh? Yes, welcome to the store. Oh, Naruto. Hello, Naruto. This is where Naruto says, hello, Hajin. You don't have another design of the coat that I wanted, the orange kind of fiery coat. That's where Hajin says, what happened to your other one? I might have accidentally went a little too far in my training. Hajin says, God damn it, Naruto. I do, but it will be kind of it's going to take a while since I do have the design, but I don't have it ready. Naruto nods and says, just give it to me whenever. I will pay for it. I'll pay extra if it doesn't really, he says, I'll pay extra if it kind of hurts you and annoys you. This is where Hajin says, no, it's fine. He says, I like you too much, kid. This is where Naruto says, This is where Hajin says, so how the hell did my, coat even burn? I managed to put a fire resistance a little bit in the coat. Naruto says, well, I was training on a new technique. Hajin says, new technique. Was it the one that was kind of near the compounds of the medium clans? Naruto says, kind of. You see here, I wasn't really training. I was trying to protect someone from, over there in that clan. And, he was able to turn his body to steel and my fire attacks didn't work. So I had to use a kind of new technique that kind of hurted my body and probably would have burned my clothes. Hajin says, oh my days, Naruto. Please tell me at least you're fine. Naruto says, yeah, I went to the hospital and all that. This is where the old man says, okay, at least that you're fine. Naruto says, yeah, I am fine. This is where Hajin says, don't worry, the coat will probably take 2 days. This is why Naruto says, do you need the materials or something? No, because I'm going to need fire resistance higher than the ones that I actually put on your coat, on the original coat. Naruto's like, true. Oops. This is where Hajin says, whatever. Just get it out, right? I need to, be ready and to put the fire resistance and all that. So, yeah, I'm going to have to close the store for a little bit, but yeah. This is where Naruto says, yeah, I see. Well, see you, man. I gotta go, to the store also. That's where the old man says, yeah, see ya. This is where Naruto, he just gets to the store. He buys the juice that, his landowner asked. And this juice is called, so this juice was it was a mixture of different juices like orange, strawberry, banana, and all that and whatever. So, of course, it came in a pack of, 12 and all. And Naruto did buy and all that. And the, person says, oh, hello there, Naruto. Are you here for the usual for your landowner? Naruto nodded, and this is where the person gives him and all. And this is where Naruto pays and says, well, thank you again. This is where the person says, okay, bye, Naruto. Naruto waves at them also. And this is where Naruto, he is getting towards back to his apartments. Because, well, yeah. Of course, when he gets to his apartments, he does give with a pack of like different juices towards his landowner. His landowner says, thank you, Naruto. Does give him back like the money that would have cost another. And Naruto says, no, it's fine. This is where the what's called the owner, the landowner says, no, you need it the most. Besides, you're still not a ninja, so of course you're gonna have to need it. Naruto says, fine. This is where Naruto says, well, I'm off to training. This is where the old man says, yes, I see. Well, good luck on your training, Naruto. Naruto says, yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto, when he's going towards his favorite training spot, this is where an Anbu appears. And this is where the Anbu appears, and this is where Naruto says, hello there, Anbu-sama. This is where Naruto bows down for him. This is where the Anbu says, Naruto Uzumaki, you are reported to go to the Hokage office. Naruto says, then, can you not body flip him right there? This is where the Anbu says, yeah, of course. But you have enough time. He doesn't need you until like 10 minutes. But if you want to, you can go there and wait. Naruto says, I'll walk there instead. This is where Naruto says, well, thank you, what's it called, Anbu-sama. This is where he bows down again, and the Anbu disappears. Naruto, he goes towards what's called the Hokage office, just walking. People wave at him, Naruto waves back and all that. Naruto just being very nice and all that. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto is close to the Hokage office. This is where he goes in, and of course, this is where he sees the secretary, and the secretary says, hello there, Naruto-sama. That's where Naruto says, hello there, Secretary-sama. Was I have a meeting with the Hokage-sama? This is where she says, yes. You came here kind of pretty early. You weren't having to came here until it was like 10 o'clock. Or not 10 o'clock, until like 10 minutes. Well, you came here pretty early. So you just have to wait. Naruto just sits on the chair and just kind of closes his eyes and meditates. This is where this happens mostly usual, and the secretary just usually, I don't know, just taps on him to see if he wakes up and all. Because she thinks that Naruto is sleeping. But she also thinks that Naruto's either meditating to probably use his chakra control better. Because Hiruzen did kind of teach him on how to use chakra to control his meditation and all that. Since Naruto has tons of it. Naruto is just meditating. Of course, this is where, 4 minutes pass by. And of course, this is where the secretary is having to tap on Naruto's shoulder to say that Hiruzen is waiting for you and all. And Naruto nodded. And this is where Naruto walks up the stairs. And he sees the door towards his, somewhat grandfather figure, the door and all. And this is where he opens it and sees, 4 clans. This is where Naruto, he sees the old man. And this is where Naruto says, Hokage-sama. He bows down. This is where Hiruzen smiles and all. Because Naruto's very respectful, but of course also can be a little bit brash. This is where he smiles and says, Naruto, sit down. This is where Naruto sits down, and of course is where the other clans, mostly the head of the clans and all that, there's, not 4, it's mostly 6 clan heads and all that. And of course their heirs are right next to them and all. This is where from the Katsu clan kind of looks up. And his name is Roshan. That's what Roshan says. Hokage-sama, from the last incident from last night, we are actually not here to complain, but would wonder what would be the punishment of a Wabi from the Metal clan and he from the Blaze clan. This is where Hiruzen says, since I latest report from the Anbus and also from you clans, from the 4 of you clans, and from the other 2, the incident that caused this problem, I report from the clan that Awabi from the Metal clan and he from the Blaze clan have started a battle with Naruto Uzumaki. With that happening, Naruto was just defending himself against Iwabi. This is where, Savion came to help Naruto against He from the Blaze clan. Of course, Sabion is from, well, the, Sabion is from the Yami clan. So, the priest is like a priestess kind of clan and all. The Yami kind of priestess clan and all. This is where Sabion, not tonight. This is where, well, the clan head of the priestess kind of says, I don't think my son should be punished, even though he decides to help the young boy over there. This is where Naruto, he's kind of standing still and listening to everything. Because Naruto can be very quiet and very respectful at the same time. He will only talk when it's necessary. This is where Harusen says, I'm not saying your son should be punished for helping Naruto Uzumaki. I'm just saying, I'm still kind of confused. Why did Awabi and, well, not Awabi, Iwabi and he from the Blaze clan decide to attack Naruto? Iwabi said that Naruto attacked him in the academy in the academy fight and almost killed him. This is where, well, Sayana and Savannah kind of says, no, you only turn your body into copper. Naruto says that he can burn through it easily. And you let him. And this is where Bobby says, shut the fuck up. And this is where Naruto says, you have a very loud mouth. You know, for being the Hokage office, you shouldn't really shout that much. This is where Wabi gets angry and rushes at Naruto, and two Ambus appear, putting him down really easily. This is where Harusen says, I see. So, okay. Sayana and Savannah from the Hyo clan and even the Blood clan. Can you please tell me what happened in the academy? This is where they explain how Naruto was only like fighting in the academy thing. This is where Iwabi decides to turn his body into copper and be all cocky. Naruto was just showing his ways of flawness. This is where, well, Harusen looks at Naruto and says, Naruto, is that true? Naruto says, yep, pretty much all true. And I'm guessing you use your sword to use your fire style. Naruto nodded. This is where Harusen thinks about it. He looks at the Metal Clan and with the Blaze Clan, and of course the clan has her right now nervously, just being nervous as hell. This is where he looks at Naruto and says, Naruto, what should be the punishment for the two clans? Naruto says, Naruto, he doesn't really like being into the different clans or anything. And Harusen even knows this. He just wants to see, what would Naruto pick for his, well, this is a very hard decision. Naruto saying, This is where Naruto thinks about it and says that the two clan heirs should not bother any of the other clans. If they do, then Anbu should be taking them to jail or something like that for, I don't know, 12 days. This is where, well, Harusen thinks about it and says that's a fair amount. It's a good idea, Naruto. This is where the two clan heads and their heirs was like, they're widening their eyes and they're like, fuck. This is where Harusen says, what about you, Naruto? You didn't mention about yourself. Naruto says, since I'm not a clan heir or nothing, and not a clan head neither, it's really not necessary if they bother me or not. I can easily knock them out and, well, kick them into the curb or something. Harusen chuckles and says, of course, I know you could. But Naruto, doesn't mean that even though you're not a clan or nothing and you're just an orphan, doesn't mean anything. You realize I'm still your guardian and all that. This is where everyone is shocked, and this is where the clan heads and clan heirs, well, were kind of nervously, just very, very nervous. Well, from the Blaze clan and the Metal clan, they're like, oh fuck, you idiot, decide to attack an adoption from Harusen's Hartobi, you idiot. This is where both Iwabi, and he were just like right now sweating bullets. This is where Naruto says, yes, Hokage-sama, but I don't have your last name or anything. This is where Harusen says, oh, you really don't think you have my last name? Then you should have read your papers on adoption. This is where Naruto, he looks at the papers that Harusen gave him. He kind of gave it to an Anbu to give it to Naruto, because Naruto was kind of sitting too far from the desk and all that. And of course, this is where Naruto reads the papers, and he just sees the last name. Naruto Uzumaki Sarutobi. This is where he even kind of, what's it called? This is where Naruto widened his eyes, but then realized something. He calculated just his eyes being kind of like very calculating and all. He noticed one thing. It was just recently put on his last name. Hiruzen's right now wanting to see how the other clans would react. That's where Naruto nodded and says, "Oh, I'm sorry then, grandfather." This is where the two metal and Blaze kind of like fuck. This is where Hiruzen says, and since he is my adopted grandson, I would not like for the Metal Clan or the Blaze Clan to bother him. Because if you do, I will have to put you in jail for attacking a Kage's grandkid. And this is where the Blaze Clan and Metal Clan says, for how long? Oh, for 2 years. This is where they say fuck. And this is where the Yami Clan, the Blood Clan, the Ice Clan, and even the last clan being the last clan being they weren't really in the fight or anything. They were just watching this, but their kind of compound did kind of get hit by the attack from Naruto. But they weren't really gonna complain about Naruto, since Naruto's right now just protecting the Blood and Ice Clan heirs. So of course the last clan is basically the Kurama clan. And of course is where the heir being the heir of the clan would be Rin Kurama, and it's right now just looking at Naruto. And of course is where the Blaze and Metal Clan heads were like saying, so is this official a law? This is where Hiruzen says, of course it is. I just put it in yesterday. This is where they both just widen their eyes, and of course the other clan heads just widen their eyes. And Naruto has kind of figured out that Hiruzen usually does this a lot, trying to just scare them. That's where Naruto, he didn't say anything, and of course he just sat there, being very quiet. Now of course this is where Hiruzen says, I'm just kidding. I did not put the a law yet. Me and the other elders are right now thinking about it. So you could all leave now, while I gotta go talk to the the elders. So you are all dismissed. That's where Naruto nodded and says, thank you, Hokage. GG-sama. That's where Hiruzen says, Naruto, stop calling me Hokage-sama half the time. Naruto nodded and says sorry. So yeah. So of course, Naruto leaves and all that. And while he's actually leaving, that's where both Sayana and Savannah grab him from both of his arms and will not let him go. This is where Naruto turns around and says, can you let go of me? This is where both of them just shake their heads and say no. This is where Naruto says, I'm confused. Why are you holding on to my arms? This is where they both say, because you're still hurt. Naruto says, but I'm perfectly fine. This is where they kind of pout and says, no, you're not. This is where Naruto's confused. But of course, he decides to just go along with them. So, of course, this is where, the Heat Clan, who looks at the Metal Clan, just glare at them. And they, the clan head says, you idiotic of a son of a moron. You both, both of the head clans from those clans, look at their, sons and says, you idiots. You almost made yourself go into prison for 2 years. For what? This is where, he was saying, how should we know that he was part of, the Hokage's family? Maybe you shouldn't attack anyone. They both said. This is where, the clan heirs just started just going down and glooming down. They're like, fine, I know about that, father. This is where, just be lucky that the kid isn't very, angry at this point. He probably even knows that he hurt himself. Hiruzen Haru's and Sarutobi already probably knows that Naruto hurt himself during the fight. And he probably even knows that Naruto probably does this. So, both of you idiots, don't ever do anything like that again. We go into Naruto. Naruto, he's right now just walking along with Savannah and Sarina. Sayana and Sarina. I think I call it Sarina or Savannah. And of course, this is where Rin is kind of walking behind him. And also, Raven's also looking at Naruto. This is where both of their fathers, both of the fathers says, "Do you like the boy?" This is where both of them kind of blush, but into different colors. Raven she blushes kind of red and all. And this is where, Rin just says, no, that's not the case. No, I'm just kind of curious. Curious about what? Wait, this is where, the head of the Kurama class says, wait, is my daughter already falling in love? No, I don't want you to do that. This is where, Rin just says, no, that's not the case. This is where, the Kurama clan just laughs and says, I'm just kidding. The boy is very powerful, I can see that. He did cause a little property damage, but it's not much for me not to fix. So, of course, I didn't press charges on him. This is where, the Hyo clan head and the, Blood clan head just looked at him and says, why, of course not, because we would probably deny that charge at all, or pay it off. This is where the Kurama clan said, I already know you were actually gonna protect the boy. This is where, the clan head for the Yami says, I will also probably protect the boy. This is where, the Blood clan, the Ice clan, and even Kurama clan just looked at him and said, why? You idiots, you don't know anything about the Uzumaki? This is where they think about it. I thought that was just a last name of his. You idiots are really moron. You two are so much morons, or not two. You three are morons. The Uzumaki clan is such a powerful clan that actually didn't live in the Leaf Village. Two Uzumakis did. The first Hokage's wife and the fourth Hokage's wife. Or, not the fourth Hokage. Mostly the first Hokage's wife. This is where both of them says, Minto Uzuma. Oh. Yeah, what happened if that kid is the goddamn descendant of, Hashirama? Basically, he could be Senju, but they're right now hiding it. And I don't really mind that. But the kid has so many different color hairs that it doesn't even show if he had brown hair. And his hair is pink, not red. They might be hiding something else. But I'm not going to be bothering that much into it. If he is an Uzumaki, just his hair is different, I wouldn't really mind him kind of marrying my daughter a little bit. This is where, the three clans just look at, the clan head of the Yami clan and say, what? You idiots. Do you think I wouldn't mind? Of course, I probably would mind a little bit, but not much. You see here, the Uzumakis were very powerful in their sealing jutsu. And I wouldn't mind having one of my children, kind of marrying Uzumaki. This is where they all look at him and say, you're fucking crazy, old man. This is where, the Yami clan head says, I know, and I don't care. This is where, they'll say, screw you, old man. This is where he says, yeah, you're welcome. Fuck off, all three of you. This is where he says, whatever. This is where, we go into Naruto still being held by Sayana and Savannah. And this is where, Naruto says, can I please be let go? Both of them say no, of course. And of course, Naruto's saddened. Of course, this is where Naruto says, wait, is that a puppy? This is where both of them sees a puppy just being kind of sad and all that. And of course, Naruto already disappeared from their hand grip and all that. And they are confused how Naruto did that. Naruto's already next to the puppy, and the puppy just has white fur and it's kind of brown a little bit. And this is where Naruto, he picks up the puppy and says, "Hey, little fella, are you okay?" This is where the puppy is kind of sad and he can't barely even bark because his mouth is thirsty and all that. Naruto pulls out a water bottle out of nowhere, but he uses sealing jutsu. So Naruto's actually very good at sealing jutsu, and this is where the clan heads already noticed Naruto's sealing jutsu. This is where Naruto, he like gives the dog a little bit of water, and the dog started just barking and just being playing with Naruto. Now this is where a boy with a coat, like a fur coat and all that, appears, and his eyes are kind of sick, and he has red markings in like his face and all that. This is where he appears and says, "Akamaru." He looks at Will, the boy that has different colored hair, and Akamaru on his hand. This is where Kiba rushes up and says, "Give me back Akamaru." This is where Naruto decides to give him Akamaru without any hesitation. This is where Naruto says, then you must be in Inuzuka. Kiba says, "I know, because I am very talented." And Naruto says, "No, because the Inuzuka has red markings on their face, slick eyes like a dog, and you have a dog as a companion. That's the only way I'm guessing you're Inuzuka." Kiba was about to just kind of barking all that back at Naruto for kind of not showing kind of like respect to Naruto. Well, not Naruto, to Kiba. Until this is where his older sister appears, Hana, and sees Akamaru and says, "Akamaru." Of course, she does punches with the Kiba in the head for kind of losing Akamaru. And Akamaru just barks at Hana, being happy and all that. But of course, decides to jump off her hand and rushes to Naruto, and just kind of licks Naruto's like hand and all that, because Naruto does crouch down. This is where Hana just realized that Naruto was the one to actually help Akamaru. This is where Hana says, thank you for helping Akamaru." Naruto says, "It's fine, I like dogs. I would never like to see a dog hurt or be thirsty." This is where Hana says, "Thank you." This is where Kiba says, "Ow, why the hell did you punch me in the head?" This is where Kiba sees the 4 different girls and was about to go towards it, until Hana grabs him and says, "Idiot, if you don't take good care of Akamaru, I'm about to punch you so hard in the head that I will break your skull." This is where Kiba says, "Yes, sis." This is where, Hana says, "What is your name, kid with different colored hair?" So Naruto looks at his hair and says, "Right." Naruto says, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki." Hana says, "Naruto Uzumaki. Interesting. Very interesting." This is where both Sayana and Sabana and Sarina, or Sayana and Sabana, just like went next to him and says, "Also Saratobi." This is where Hana just widen her eyes and says, "You're Saratobi?" This is where Naruto says, "I'm only adopted, but yeah." This is where Hana just nodded and says, "Then I see that the old man just adopted you." And this is where Kiba says, "Oh shit." He was like, "Shit, if I said anything worse towards him, he's basically the Kage's grandson. I should probably not say anything." So he kind of walks further away from Hana and the others. And of course, he's just standing kind of like all the way down the street and all that. Hana realizes and says, "Idiot." This is where Hana says, "But thank you for taking care of Akamaru, even if you just found him." This is where she says, "You can come by anytime the Inuzukas. Don't worry about the dogs. They won't attack you unless you hurt one of their kind. But since you helped us call Akamaru will probably tell them that you're much nice." Naruto says, "Okay." This is where, Hana smiles and she disappears, going with Kiba and telling Kiba to let's go. But yeah, Naruto says, "Interesting. I guess I can go to the Inuzuka. Very interesting." Naruto, he's just walking. And of course, he was about to walk towards his apartments until Sayana and, Sabana grabs him and says, "Where do you think you're going?" That's where Naruto says, "To my house, my apartment." This is where they say, "No, you're coming with us." That's where Naruto was confused. And this is where they kind of smile evilly. Now, of course, Naruto didn't like the smile and was actually having very bad vibes. This is where the Naruto says, "Luckily, this kid hasn't been bullied. and has to have a bad life and having to use my chakra. But those two girls scare me. I hope my vessel doesn't die, because if he dies, I'm dead also. Shit. Uh, hmm. Yo, I'm going back to sleep. Kurama said, screw this. This is where Kurama goes back to sleep and says, good luck, vessel. This is where Naruto just says, why are you two smiling like that? Naruto's trying to get away from them. Of course, they notice what Naruto's trying to do. And of course, like, hold on towards his arm tighter and says, no you don't. This is where Naruto says, no I don't, what? I'm just trying to go to the store. This is where they say bullshit. This is where Naruto says, what do you mean? So of course it's kind of turning afternoon, and of course basically Sayana and Sabana managed to drag Naruto towards their compound and all, or mostly towards the compound and all. And of course the clan heads are still kind of chuckling, seeing Naruto kind of struggle. So yeah, Raven and what's it called Ren just didn't do anything. We're just watching this and kind of amused a little bit. But yeah, of course it's where Naruto was actually being pulled apart by what's called Sabana and Sayana, because Sayana wanted to bring Naruto towards the Hyo clan, while Sabana wanted to bring towards the Blood compound. So yeah, the Ice compound and the Blood compound. And of course Naruto was actually being dragged by both sides by being pulled. And Naruto says, please can you two let go of me? And of course that's where both of them say no. Of course, is where the clan heads actually let go by actually grabbing their daughter's hands from Naruto's arms before they ripped them apart. And Naruto says, thank you. This is where, Sabana and Sarian says, Dad, what the hell? Of course, is where, they both look at them and says, just because, he's a new boy and all that, doesn't mean you have to, kill him first sight. Let Raven or Ren do that. This is where both Raven and Ren just kind of blush and says, what? What are you talking about? Well, mostly their father says, they started laughing and all that. This is where both of them just blush in anger. And of course, Naruto says, can I go? This is where the clan head says, oh no you don't. You're actually gonna, we're gonna have a party somewhat. And of course you're invited. That's gonna be our special guest. Naruto says, but why? This is where they say, because you're part of the Sarutobi family. Naruto says, fuck right. I feel like that name is so much cursive than I was actually gonna expect. Fuck. But yeah, Naruto's actually dragged into an open field. An open field that is not, mostly the clan heads or anything. It's mostly just a field that's, it's mostly to partying on there with the different clans. And of course, like, the 4 clans that Naruto met actually came while it was called the Metal and, Blaze clan didn't really came because, they're right now punishing their kid for being retarded. 4 other clans appears. Now, these clans, elements, and what's called Kekakeka, let me mention how they are. One clan is named the Saikyo clan. Basically, they can use what's called their mind somewhat. They're not like the Yamanaka, but they use their mind to either read people's minds or evade their minds and kind of control them without losing their conscience either. So yeah. The next clan is called the another clan that's actually called the Isha clan, because the Isha clan is mostly combined with like medical ninjas mostly. And of course, this is where they look at the other clan side and says, yo, what's good? Mostly the head and all that, the clan head, and the Cyclone clan did actually say hello also, but kind of just, telepathically kind of saying it in their heads and all that. Even Naruto was kind of freaked out and thought it was, either the Nine Tails just telling him hello. Of course, Kurama was annoyed with them kind of invading their mind. But basically both Naruto and his mind. And of course, this is where the Taikyo clan even did notice Kurama a little bit. But of course, ignored it. This is where another clan called of the, another clan that's called the Dononoki. This is where their clan is mostly using like vines and all that. Like their Kekikenkai mostly allows them to use vines. And of course the clan head says hello there, idiots. And of course is where he kinda made the vines kinda say that, like kinda make letters with them. And of course is where like the clan head said see the Donoki clan head air, or not the air, but mostly the head, just looked at him, flipped them off. Like all of them flipped them off without seeing, without their daughters or sons kind of seeing them do that. And of course is where the clan head for them, for the Vine clan says, fuck you too, you fucks. This is where Naruto's confused and actually doesn't know why they're angry. And of course is where the last clan head was named was called. The last clan head was named Raito, and someone, well, the clan head just kind of wave at, well, the Yami clan. And of course the Yami clan ignores him mostly. And of course is where, well, Raven sees someone that she hates mostly from the, what's it called, Raito clan. The clan heir for it. And the clan heir for it, she has what's it called, kind of like lightish hair, like kind of white, and her eyes are blue. Different colors from the, well, Raven all that, from the Yami clan. And her name is, well, so her name is Shiroi, of course, for the Light clan and all that. So yeah. And of course she looks at Raven and just smiles, like smirking and all that, thinking she's better. And of course Raven looks at her pissed and flips her off. This is where they are both angry and actually rushes to each other to actually scratch each other until, what's it called, from the clan head, or not clan head, from the Vine, what's it called, Vine head, or not Vine head, but for the Vine clan of the air, she uses Vine style to grab what's it called, the, well, Shiroi from actually attacking Raven. And of course from Raven's side, Savannah and Tyrina are actually right now stopping her from actually attacking her. Of course, Naruto's confused, and of course, the other 4 clans I just mentioned are confused with Naruto being there, since he's not a clan head, mostly. Is this where the other 4 clans that were there for Naruto to actually be revealed to be adopted by Sarutobi? They say he's a Sarutobi somewhat adoption clan. So yeah, this is where all of the other clans widen their eyes, and even some of the members that actually walked into that, they said, wait, what? This is where Naruto says, no, this is such a terrible idea, isn't it? This is where he wanted to talk to the Nine-Tails rather than do this shit, because he knows about the Nine-Tails already. He actually did met the Nine-Tails when Naruto was training in his demonic form. This is where Kurama, every time that Naruto fucked up and using the, well, Nine-Tails power and all, or not Nine-Tails power, his demon form, Kurama was there to actually stop him and all that, using his own demonic energy to kind of counter Naruto's demonic energy when he goes demon mode. So basically, Akaza's demon mode. But with that happening, Naruto says, fuck, how the hell do I get out? This is where, well, Naruto sees an exit, and he is walking slowly to it. And of course, this is where Savannah and Sarina managed to stop what's it called, Raven. This is where Kurama, she had, well, what's it called, Kurama made a genjutsu on Naruto to stop him from actually going any further, because there's lava in front of him. And say, what the fuck, where did the lava come from? This is where the clan head of, well, the Kurama clan, he dispelled the genjutsu and told Rin not to do that again. Rin says that Naruto was trying to leave. This is where Sarina and Savannah looks at Naruto, very angry. And of course, this is where Naruto sees the exit and was about to run towards it, until, well, Naruto actually gets pulled back, well, from his coat. Mostly this was the clan head of the Yami clan, and says, where do you think you're going? So the clan head's name is Karasu. Yeah, Karasu? Karasu? Yeah, you want Karasu. Karasu says, where do you think you're going? This is where Naruto says, home? No, you don't. So, since there's no academy tomorrow, and for 2 days, mostly, since it's gonna be the weekend, you're gonna stay here and be happy. That's where Naruto's scared. But we go into a time skip. Naruto's right now just sleeping in his bed. And of course, he just wakes up, and it's not his bed. Not really. It's actually, well, from this this bed is actually a little bit darker than his normal bed and all that. And his blanket is actually pretty dark. So Naruto says, "Where the hell am I?" This is where Karasu appears and says, "Hello there, Naruto. You know today's the academy, right?" Naruto says, "Karasu-sama from the Yami clan? Wait, what am I doing there? Wait, what are you doing in my house? You realize this is my house?" Naruto widened his eyes and said, wait. This is where he gets all the memories back because Kurama just wants to smack him with back his own memories back. And of course he gets smacked with the memories. And of course Kurama's laughing right now because Naruto is like struggling. And so it's struggling to talk and all that. This is where Karasu says, you might have got all your memories back on what happened to those 2 days. So cute what you did to, well, what you and my daughter are gonna be when they're older. This is where Naruto says, what do you mean? This is where Kurama also hit him with another flashback memory. And it's just both Naruto kind of just sleeping together. Well, not sleeping together, just sleeping. Letting him to call Raven kind of sleep on him because they actually were tired. Because they actually partied for 24 hours and, well, Naruto only get to sleep for 1 day. But yeah, mostly the clan heads wanted to do that. Because, well, they also wanted to put their, well, what's it called, heirs and clan heads into the academy when they're 12 years old. What's it called, the Ice and Blood clan already done it, and even the, what's it called, Metal clan, but none of them are actually going to talk about it. But yeah, this is where Naruto, he actually did use his fire breathing a little bit when he was actually kind of tired and all that. But yeah, he actually did like a, what's it called? Well, he didn't use fire breathing, he just like was sleeping. Of course, this is where, well, Naruto says, why would you do that to some kids who are basically 11 years old? This is where Karasu says, it was funny to me. This is where, well, Karasu had to dodge a pan to the head. And this is where Karasu looks up and sees his wife. And his wife is saying, you realize, if you don't leave the boy alone, I'm about to hit you so hard that you're gonna go to sleep for 3 days. This is where Karasu pales and says, wait, wife, no, don't do that. This is where he runs out of the room, and of course Naruto says, thank you, what's it called? Miss Yami. This is where she just looks at him and says, don't worry about that. I hope he isn't much but a drag and all that. But don't worry about him or anything, whatever he's saying nonsense. You just gotta get to the academy. That's where Naruto nods. And of course this is where, well, he kind of like was about to take off the blanket and all that. And of course he realized his clothes are different. And this is where what's called, well, the I should probably give her a name. This is where her name was maybe. And of course Yami and all that. And of course she says, don't worry about him. Also, yes, we had to get, well, not get rid of your clothes, but your clothes are right now in the kind of washer and all that. Just come by just to get them. Naruto nods, and so he gets up and gets ready. Of course, he gets his sword and all that. And of course, this is where he starts just walking. He just says, well, thank you again. This is where she says, before you go, you gotta eat. This is where he does eat and all that. And of course, she's really thanking her and all that. And of course, this is where he sees, well, Raven. But Raven is kind of barely looking at him. Kind of blushing every time looking at him. Because she kind of got, well, the memories of what kind of happened. Well, not memories because she was asleep also. But Kurama wasn't asleep, so he gave memories to Naruto when Naruto was asleep. Just an image of what happened. That's where Naruto hates the Nine Tails. But of course, she did kind of get, well, not memories, but details from her father and all that. And so she was kind of blushing that she accidentally slept on Naruto's shoulder. And this is where Naruto says, hello there, Raven-sama. This is where, well, Raven says, hello there, Naruto. This is where she's stuttering and all that. And of course, then she says, well, goodbye and see you in the, well, Goodbye and have a fun time at the academy. This is where Naruto nodded, and he already knows that some of the clan heads or heirs mostly don't go to the academy. Mostly is Sayana and Sarina. Sayana and Savannah, but yeah. This is where, well, Naruto, he is actually going to the academy. When he gets to the academy, he sees both Sarina and Sayana right now sitting at the desk, and of course, this is where not Ruka, but the teacher, like, looks at him and nods, and Naruto goes to his, like, desk and all that, and yeah. So we go into, well, a time skip about, well, a couple of weeks. So, of course, Naruto, he has been in the academy for a while, and of course, Raven actually was transferred to go into the academy, and of course, she just sits behind Naruto. Of course, as well, no one really messes with Naruto because Naruto's really strong in the academy fights and all. And of course, some people who are older and all that, well, they're like 12 years older than Naruto, really don't mess with Naruto. Hell no. Heard about what Naruto did with that sword? Yeah, no. They are really not pissing off Naruto. Also, the teacher does tell what's called Naruto's last name to be Uzumaki Sarutobi, and people are shocked that Naruto's a Sarutobi. And Naruto always had to explain to them that he's only adopted. He's not fully blood and related towards Sarutobi, Haruka Sarutobi. Of course, people sometimes believe that story. Some people don't really believe it and just say that he's basically gonna be the next Hokage. And Naruto has to explain to them that he would rather not be the Hokage. He would rather not stay up really, or what's called late, just to do paperwork. Yeah, he sees himself incapable of becoming the Hokage. So yeah, Naruto's really not wanting to become the Hokage. Instead, his goal is actually to become like the strongest swordsman, or the strongest swordsman for breathing and all that, and also the strongest what they call taijutsu master. So yeah, he has two goals mostly. But yeah, this is where Raven, Sayana, and Sarina, they all kind of have different goals also. But mostly they have a common goal, but that's when they're older and all. But yeah. Now, of course, is where Naruto, he's right now just training in the training ground of, the what's called Yami clan. They allowed him to train, and of course, Naruto just trains in taijutsu mostly, and different taijutsu moves that he can remember from his old past life, from mostly, Akaza's memories. But yeah. This is where the Nine-Tail said, "So, you brats, how's your life living with the other clans?" This is where Naruto says, "Not half bad, Fireball." This is where Kurama says, "Screw you, brat. Give me some respect. I'm the damn Nine-Tails here." Naruto says, "Yes. The Nine-Tails didn't really help me against some kids. I already knew you were gonna whoop their ass." This is where Naruto says, "Yeah, I know that. Well, shouldn't you be more confident in your host to, manage to kick the rest?" Yeah, right, brat. This is where Naruto says, "Screw you." But yeah. Of course, this is where we go into, 3 months. This is where Naruto has become stronger in just using wooden dummies and all that. And actually has also kind of trained with what they call Raven, Sayana, Sarina, Savannah. What's it called? Ino from the Vine, the Vine clan and all that. Because yes, that's her name, Ino. Not Ino, Inko. But yeah. Even what's called Shiroi from the Light clan and all that. And also what's called, he also did train with what to call the clan heirs for what's called, the medical ninja clan. And also the medical ninja clan just train with Naruto when Naruto gets hurt. So mostly it's a dude that just tries to be good at, his parents' work and all that. And this guy's name is actually named Law. So yeah. Why am I calling him Law? Because you see here, if I'm thinking of medical ninjutsu, I'm thinking of Law someone. Because he's also like a doctor if you think about it. somewhat, he has the up on me. But yeah. But this medical ninja named Law and all, his name is Law, well, I forgot what's the clan again, I call it. But yeah. Of course, he does have a special ability where he can actually transfer himself and all to kind of get away from people and all. Like a little domain expansion or just a domain that he can use. And of course, it does take him a lot of chakra, but he gets used to it when he's training with Naruto. And if Naruto kind of gets hurt, he does heal Naruto and all. But yeah. Now, of course, this is where, well, there's also the other clan heir for what's called the Psychic clan. The Psychic clan. And of course, this is where the Psychic clan heir has tried to evade Naruto's mind every time. But Kurama has always blasted him with chakra. With Naruto using chakra blast. Always managed to block the psychic, what's it called, jutsus. This is where the clan heir is just like, damn it, Naruto, this is bullshit. How the hell am I never gonna invade your mind? Naruto says, I mean, you can try, but I don't think you will like what you see. This is where he says, I don't know. Maybe I would like what I would like to see. This is where he rushes at, well, what's called Naruto, trying to invade his mind and all that. And this is where, well, he tries to, he like gets in, but then gets blasted out. Because, well, Kurama has blasted him out. This is where he's like, fuck. But yeah, this is where, well, Naruto is just training with everyone. Except for, Iwabi and also he. Since, well, there's not really a clan heir for what they call the, Blaze clan. For being kind of the same age as the others. Because he is actually 16. But yeah. And of course, this is where, well, Iwabi doesn't really like Naruto at all. So yeah. Naruto has also met another clan head and all. That's actually a Nova or whatever. And this guy is actually from the Aburame. And yes, it's Shino. Naruto met Shino. And of course, Naruto's somewhat like the son to Shino now. Or not son. Like, not like actual being child and father. No. Like, somewhat, Naruto's like somewhat very bright for him. And very talkative and cheery and all. And Shino kind of opened up towards Naruto and all that. And of course, talked about bugs and all that with Naruto. And Naruto sees that the bugs are very interesting. And he does like, well, any creature. He's very kind and all that. And of course, Shino is very, well, happy to make friends with Naruto and all that. But yeah. Of course, Naruto has also met another person. And this is from the Hyuga clan. Yes, Hinata. Hinata was kind of being shy and all that. And of course, since her parents and all that doesn't let her, or mostly her father doesn't let her to see anyone, she kind of accidentally met with the called Naruto when she was walking around by herself. And of course, she kind of bumped into some people that were actually going to try to mess with her. Of course, this is where Naruto, he appeared and, well, he uses an ice technique to kind of knock them all out. So they wouldn't actually hurt Hinata's feelings or anything. This is where Naruto smiles at her. And of course, Hinata, she has, well, she like has more confidence when she sees Naruto smile and all that. Because yes, Naruto's like a goddamn ray of sunshine most of the time. So yeah, of course, this is where Naruto, he does kind of just talking around and all that. Just met 3 of what's it called, clans and all that. He also has met what's it called a lazy person when, well, he did kind of met him like 8 months later and all that when he was gonna finish the academy and all that. Well, gonna test and all that. He met Shikamaru and Shikamaru was just being very lazy. But of course, he decides to play shogi with Naruto. And when they're playing shogi, that's where, well, Shikamaru realized that he needs to try and shogi more to fight against Naruto and shogi. Because Naruto is pretty much a genius and all that. And of course, really likes playing shogi. This is where every time he defeats Shikamaru, Shikamaru is like, God damn it. Fine, I have to try for this. So, of course, when he had it to, well, it was the last game, Naruto realized it was a time and had it to wake up tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be the academy test. Of course, this is where he says, I'm sorry, Shikamaru, but I have to leave. Since I am in the academy, I have to go test tomorrow. So, yeah. Mr. Shikamaru says, hey, no, you're not You're not just gonna leave me like this. I am about to win. Naruto says, are you sure about that? Shikamaru says, yes. I am up. He looks at the, board of shogi and all that, and he realized one thing. Well, he was about to lose again. He looks at Naruto, and Naruto kind of just waves at him and says, well, bye. That's where Shikamaru says, he just widened his mouth and all that. And, of course, a bug that fly into him. Look, Shikamaru says, damn it. Ugh. This is where, Naruto's in the academy the next day. And, of course, it's just the basic academy things and all that. And Naruto has actually learned how to do a fire clone, but he doesn't really want to pass. He actually wants to wait when he's 12 years old. Of course, everyone's doing, they all train for this and all that. And, of course, this is where the person that was just here and all says, hello there. Well, there's actually gonna be some excuses for the test. And, have to be excused. Sayana, Raven, and Naruto, you will not be able to take the test this year. But instead, you will have to take it next year. Mr. Naruto's confused. They say, what? Of course, the other three were like, what? Yes, it's mostly because of your clan heads, and Naruto because of Sarutobi. Naruto was like, what? Why? Why would he do that? He said something about you should probably talk to different, not become a ninja too fast. This is where they said, what about, us? Because he wants to make, Sarutobi Horusen wanted to make a team perfectly enough for Naruto. So, yeah. So, next year, you will actually be put on a place with a bunch of other clan heads. Well, not clan heads, but clan heirs. It's where they all just wind their eyes and say, okay, what would that be? So it'll be the medium clan, some clan heads for what's it called? How should I say? Like the Aburami, Shino, and yeah, you get the point. The Hyuga also, maybe the Uchiha heir or whatever. But yeah, you'll be placed on that to be the academy instructor, being Ruka, I forgot Ruka's last name, but yeah. This is where they all just whine their eyes and say, really? Yep. We'll see ya. This is where he disappears, Naruto says, he's very lazy, isn't he? This is where they say, yep. But of course they all rushed home. Naruto rushed to the goddamn Hokage office and appeared. And of course there were Ambus kind of just littering around and all that. Because Horusen knew what was going to happen when he requested that. Naruto's gonna rush through, kind of asking why, because Naruto's still kind of brash, like his old self and all that. He's very respected, but can be brash sometimes. So he kind of told Ambus to kind of wait for Naruto to appear and kind of stop him, and try to explain to him. If you can't, then try to knock him out. So of course Naruto, when he got to the Hokage office, he saw so many Ambus. They were all ready to stop Naruto, and Naruto realized what was happening. He's like, you old man. This is where Naruto rushes through the Ambus, right now hitting them in pressure points pretty easily. Because Hinata did kind of teach him a little bit about the Cheta Fist and all that. Because Naruto did kind of train her a little bit. And Hinata did become more confident and all that. So yeah. This is where Naruto hits them in different pressure points to hit them away. And of course, they are kind of confused how Naruto knows the Cheta Fist. But then again, Naruto is a taijutsu master and a freak at the same time. This is where Might Guy appears and says, hello there. You must be Naruto Uzumaki. You will be my opponent for now. I will not let you get towards Horusen Sarutobi. This is where the Ambus wasn't expecting Might Guy to appear, but yes. Might Guy was called in to try to stop Naruto, since Naruto's a taijutsu freak, just like Might Guy. So of course, they are both just kicking, clashing, and punching. This is where the Ambus says, of course we're not gonna go fight against two taijutsu masters. This is where Might Guy says, leave Hurricane, and tries to kick at Naruto. Naruto dodges, and of course he kicks up and says, Ice Style, Ice Piercing. This is where he tries to uppercut Might Guy with an ice kick. And this is where my guy dodges and says, you are pretty good. I'm amazed that someone else with the same fire, what's it called? What's it called? Fire inside them burns very youthfully, just like you. And this is where Naruto says, of course. But of course I have to get to Hiruzen really fast to kind of ask him why. Is there, well, my guy says, I'm sorry, but I have to stop you here. Naruto rushes at what's called my guy. They both start clashing more. And of course this is where Naruto makes a fire clone to kind of distract with my guy and all. And of course this is where Naruto kind of rushes through and all. Well, not fire clone, made an ice clone to kind of start clashing with my guy and all. And my guy says, you are very youthful. And this is where Naruto says, I am pretty much youthful. Because I will become the strongest swordsman and the taijutsu master. This is where my guy sees someone himself a little bit in Naruto. And says, then I guess I have to get serious. This is where Naruto says, I guess you will have to get serious. Naruto says, compress needle. Of course, he crashes the ground and then ice started appearing, like the ice kind of snowflake appears and all. And this is where my guy says, first gate. This is where the Yambus are going. Should we stop them? That's where the Yambu leader says, it was Hiruzen's idea. I'm not gonna try to do that. That's where both Naruto and Might Guy started just last attack. And of course where Naruto's punch was about to hit Might Guy. And of course Might Guy's punch was about to hit Naruto in the face. Of course both punches collided. Might Guy managed to punch Naruto's head off. And of course it was only an ice clone. But this is where Might Guy was pretty hurt getting hit by the attack. He was like, I see, an ice clone. That kid is very youthful. Very youthful. This is where Naruto, he sees Anbu's kicking them around, punching through them, knocking them out and all that. And even using his sword. Only the shaft, not the blade and all that. To kind of knock them away. This is where, well, oh shit, is it 2 o'clock? So, of course, with that happening, this is where Naruto, he says, I'm close to it. This is where someone appears. A man with silver hair and says, hello there, Naruto. I'm gonna have to stop you. I can't let you get to Hiruzen. Naruto says, God damn it, how many people are gonna just appear? I'm guessing you're another Jonin ranked ninja. This is where Kakashi says, well, of course, my name is Kakashi Hatake, and I'll be your opponent to fight. This is where Naruto says, fuck. This is where Naruto says, fine. I'll fight you, but I'll easily kick your ass. That's where, well, Kakashi says, a cocky one, aren't you? And Naruto says, I might be cocky, but I'm still gonna kick your ass. Yes, sir. Kakashi says, sure you will. Naruto says, fire style. What's it called? Fire breathing. Unknown fire. Slashes at Kakashi, and Kakashi says, okay, I wasn't seeing that speed. Naruto's already past him, but only did a slash. He didn't really want to finish with Kakashi. Kakashi says, oh, I'm bleeding. Fuck. Shit, no, Naruto, get back here. He tries to, well, rush at Naruto. Naruto sees an Anbu right in front of him, and the Anbu says, alright, I will have to stop you, because you have the blade. This is where Naruto, like, well, put his sword back into the sheath and all, jump over what's called the Anbu, and kick the Anbu into Kakashi. Kakashi says, wait a minute. They both hit each other, and like, Kakashi says, ow. Fuck, I forgot how the freaking mask hurts. This is where the Anbu's already knocked out. This is where, well, Naruto, he sees the door, he opens it, and sees a Genjutsu expert named Kurenayuki and Asuma Saratobi. This is where Naruto says, fuck. A Genjutsu appeared, but this is Kurama already inflated, flooded his chakra points will actually dispel the Genjutsu. Naruto appears right in front of Kurenayuki and pushes her into what's called Asuma. Asuma, he was smoking. Naruto takes out the smoke really fast. And of course, they both kiss, and they are now embarrassed. Naruto, he rushes to Hiruzen and says, oh man, what the hell is this with this shit? So of course, he also, well, yeah, you get the point. So yeah, of course, Hiruzen says, well done, my boy. You are pretty much, I would say you are pretty much Jonin level right now. But I know you probably had it to easily just use their own weakness against them. That's where Naruto says, I didn't know about the green hair, well, not the green hair, the guy with what they call the spandex. I didn't know about his skills. I thought he was just a taijutsu master. And of course, the silver gray hair guy, I just slashed through him because, well, I didn't know his weakness. This is where Kakashi opens the door and says, that brat hurt me. He cut through my vest. This is where Haruzen says, interesting. Then I guess I don't put him on Kakashi's team. When he's 12 years old, Kakashi says, wait, old man. No, you should put him on my team. This is where Naruto says, yeah, I don't want him to be my sensei. I'd rather pick the green hair, well, not the green hair, the guy with spandex. He's more of a taijutsu master, and I actually need to learn how to be a taijutsu master. That's where my guy says, I would take you for being my U4 student, but I already have a team of my own. Naruto saddened. By the way, now of course is where Asuma says, what about me? Naruto says, you are still my kind of adopted uncle and all that. Or mostly I'm an adopted nephew and all that. But you smoke too much. This is where Asuma says, right. Then Karna says, you're a Genjutsu expert. You're not going to be able to help me when I don't use Genjutsu. This is where Karna says, interesting, this kid is smart. This is where, well, Uncle appears and says, hello there. Oh, Karna. Haruzen, I want to, well, what's going to be my, team? Naruto says, she seems crazy. This is where she looks at Naruto and glares at him. And of course, Naruto says, I mean in a nice way. This is where Uncle says, sure you did. This is where Naruto just says, seriously, I was in a nice way. I didn't mean to be harmful, Uncle-sama. This is where Uncle realizes that Naruto's very politeful. And this is where she kind of smirks and says, yeah, I am. This is where, well, Karnai sweat drops, Asuma sweat drops, Kakashi sweat drops, and even Might Guy sweat drops a little bit. This is where Haruzen chuckles and all that, and says, Uncle, you will not be the sensei of Naruto. No. Instead, I have a perfect idea for the senseis. Yeet. He throws a paper at what's called Kakashi. Kakashi, I'm actually thinking of putting, well, when they're all 12 years old and they're in the academy, they will still have, well, keep a record on how their skills will be and all that. But the main thing about this Kakashi, he will actually still have the Uchiha. And maybe 2 other people that cannot decide that much. But yeah. Now, of course, Kurenai, you might have the Hyuga with you. The Hyuga girl. Because you know how to bring people out. So for Ren Kurama, she kind of doesn't like you at all. This is where Kurenai understands and says, Mike Guy, you already have a student and all that. Asuma, you might have the Shikacho, the Shikacho Ino trio team and all that. You might have that. But we will have to wait until the next year. This is where all of them just frown and all that. Because they are all having to go in the academy. Now, Naruto, I was still kind of decide on who your team would be. But since you're kind of, he takes something perverted thought, and this is where it kind of just goes away. And this is where Naruto says, "Oh man, why are you blushing?" This is where everyone looks at Haruzen. Haruzen coughs up and just coughs and says, "I'm a little sick, but this is not the point. I might have to go back to the house and all that." And yeah, this is where Naruto, he opens one of the drawers because he knows there's a button under the desk and opens it. And this is where he finds a orange book. And this is where Naruto says, "Whoa, don't you read these books and kind of blush also?" This is where Kurenai glares at Haruzen and even Uncle. This is where, Haruzen says, no, Naruto, you need to put that book back. You don't know that book is very precious. I mean to Kakashi. This is where both Kurenai and Uncle glares at Kakashi, and Kakashi says, "You old fuck, you're not supposed to blame it on me." This is where Haruzen says, "But don't you read it also, father?" This is where Haruzen says, "You brat." Kurenai grabs a book from Naruto and says, "Well, we need a lighter. So, Asuma, will you be so kind to give me a lighter? Sure. So of course, this is where Hiruzen says, no, my book! This is where Kakashi says, no! And this is where, Uncle grabs the book and says, don't worry, I know what to do. We can bribe him. This is where, Karna says, why will you need the book, Uncle? She says, because I am actually wanting to bribe them to have my own, students if I don't get them. So, Hiruzen Sarutobi, if I don't get my students next year, I will burn this book. And I will burn every last page by ripping them out. Slowly, right in your face. Hiruzen says, shit, I gotta think of a team. But yeah. So, of course, is where, well, we go into a time skip. And of course, Naruto's 12 years old. And of course, this is where a bunch of clan heads will actually be put. Well, not clan heads, clan heirs will actually be put in this class. But that will be until next part. Because this is where I'm actually going to leave it off for part 2. So have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, potato, and potato. Potato night, potato day. I think I just said that on that. But yeah, potato. I don't know why I paused. But yeah, bye.